What's good, Triple R fam? It's your boy Rex, and it's just me, Oos, just me today, this week. And we're gonna be doing a top 10 WrestleManias of all time. This is by our opinion, like my opinion, sorry. Um, and you know what? Let's begin. I have at number 10, um, I would say Roman and Cody WrestleMania 40 is a top 10, number 10. The storyline, it was a 2 year story build up. Well, three if you include 38. But Cody always saying he wants to finish the story. His dad never, the title he got, and they took it the same day. The cinema behind it all was the best part. And then not only story wise, match wise, you had probably one of the greatest WrestleMania main events ever because you had like an Avenger theme WrestleMania. Like you had Solo, no, sorry, Jimmy, and then Jay, Solo, then Cena, Rock. Then Seth came, but he was taken out. Then the Undertaker came, the real final boss. Then you had like Roman again going back to revenge instead of continuing his story. He attacked Rollins. Cody took the pin. That's why it's a number 10. Um, I'm also gonna go. Let's see here. I got no, that's too low. I got the TLC at WrestleMania 17, where the three teams, the Hardys, the Dudleys, and Edge and Christian. As you know, Hardy's ladders, Dudley tables, chairs as Edge and Christian, and it was an awesome moment, especially when Edge speared Jeff dangling 20 feet from the air. Um, it was just these three teams really showed what a tag team should be, and they got the opportunity to do it at WrestleMania, and they did it and took it way farther than anyone could expect. It was That's all I gotta say about this. It was just amazing. Uh, at number 8, I have Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle, WrestleMania 21. The Specialist versus the Showman. The Olympic versus Mr. WrestleMania. Uh, how do I say it? It was just amazing. Like it was I think it was 30 minutes the match, but it was just like I remember parts of it, like I remember the table how Sean landed. Even the table how he landed out with Ric Flair, but this one was like it was just more impactful because I feel like it was more like Angle Brock brought the technical wrestling and Sean just brought the flair of it. And then yeah, to have Shawn Michaels submit at the end of that match was just Mr. WrestleMania tapping out. 7, I have Randy Savage and Ricky Steamboat. It was the blueprint in the era of giants and slow brawls. And these two scripted a high-speed technical masterpiece after dozens of near falls. And I think this was the first time I watched this match. I think it's the first time a roll-up ended like a match that early. But for Steamboat to win the Intercontinental Champion, it was a very good match. Very technical. Well, not technical, but high. Like it's kind of like having. Sorry, I there's no two that I can compare the match to, but it was just a high speed match. It's kind of like having. Let me try my best. Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler in a match. I know it's not as good, but it's what I can think of like high speed. I'm at number six now. I have to put The Rock and Hollywood Hogan, icon versus icon, past versus present, Hogan return as Hollywood as a villain, and in Toronto, my hometown. Uh, but I felt like the match wasn't about villain and heel. It was more of Hogan Rock. Like no one cared what they were, face heels. It was more on the power that the crowd was giving. Like it was like who gives a shit about who's good or who's bad? They're about to like tear the house down, and they did. I was just I remember I was a little kid when I watched this match, and it was still like I could feel the energy from the TV. That's how good it was. Let's see what else we got. I think after I have Rock and Austin, WrestleMania 17, uh, and then also the ending, the deal with the devil. The two biggest stars of the Attitude Era met in their absolute peak. I felt like the first one wasn't that good. This one was. It was a no disqualification match. Austin did unthinkable. He shook hands with the arch nemesis, Mr. McMahon. Using a chair to finally put the Rock away, the hero had sold his soul. Just, I think it was this after this, they went to Backlash. Triple H joined, and then they became the two men power trip. So yeah, this one was it was better than their first meeting. I think this one's better than all their Rock and Austin meetings. Um, this one truly took Austin to the heel after being the top face for how long? And what do I mean? You brought up so many superstars because of Austin becoming heel. You had Undertaker, Kane back in title pictures. You had Hardys in there, not like Intercontinental, but they were still feuding with Austin and Triple H. So you putting him into a heel position made everything so much better. So number four, I'm gonna go with the end of the era. It's a match that for me it took 5 years to build. You had two Shawn, two Triple H, and then no, this was the second year. Yeah, he already had 2 years with Triple H. This is the third match with Triple H, but you also had Shawn Michaels in there, so the 5 year build-up really you felt it. And then the only time I thought the streak was gonna end other than when it did was the super kick and pedigree. And then you had like stay down, chair shots. So but this one was just that's on my list. Yeah, next would be Andre and Hogan. And it's the first time Andre gets lifted by Hogan. And again, you're talking about the atmosphere, you're talking about the fans having Hogan getting beat and not able, and you felt it coming that Hogan was gonna be lift him, but everyone, it was just more amazed that you've seen it happen. It was just something it had to be. That was pure, not like it was peak Hulkamania moment. Number two, we have Austin and Bret Hart submission match. I think this one Ken Shamrock was the referee for, uh, and it wasn't just a match; it was a bloody war. I mean, you had the Hitman was the hero, and Austin was the foul-mouthed villain. And then during the match, if I remember playing this a few times in 2K, and I watched it, Brett became more obsessed with winning, and the fans shifted, and the image of Austin's face covered in blood, refusing to tap out to the sharpshooter until he passed out from pain, turned him into the biggest hero in wrestling history. I mean, I feel like Austin, as soon as he became the King of the Ring winner, and he said those that words like say about John 3:16, Austin 3:16. I feel like that just brought Austin to a new level. This match brought Austin to an even higher level, but it also turned Brett into a heel.
Gamers, listen up. Long sessions draining you? Rogue Energy's got your back. Sugar free, made in the USA, packed with caffeine and L-theanine for laser focus. No crash. From clutch moments to all nighters, Rogue powers you through. Feel your win? Grab your Rogue Energy now. Triple R for 10% off your entire order.
Code's been on the screen the whole time.
Yeet.
Yeet.
Looking for a spotless clean you can trust? CNF Cleaning Services Limited has you covered. Their expert team delivers top-notch residential and commercial cleaning with eco-friendly products and unbeatable attention to detail. From homes to offices, they make every space shine. Contact CNF Cleaning Services today for a sparkling clean that feels like home. CNF Cleaning Services, where cleanliness meets perfection.
Yeet.
Yeet.
That's some good
There's a,
sponsors.
there's a link to their website in the bio.
Yeet.
Yeet. And number one for me, I know people are gonna say, why not the second? Why the first? Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. The light versus dark. Mr. WrestleMania versus the WrestleMania. And just I remember the midway in the match. Beginning, it was just throwing punches, dodging chops because Shawn's so faster, and they were like Taker's just throwing power. And I remember the dive Taker took, and he head first into the I don't think it's rubber, but into the mat. And then when Shawn tried to do the moonsault and then Taker dodged it, you seen his arm pop. So both were injured early in the match and still continued. I was just very shocked that not that they continued, that they were so injured like already, and then they still had a whole more match during going on. And then two mistakes Shawn did was again the moonsault at the end, but also the I don't know what you call it, where you like re come up the rope. That was the two things I caught him. This is another one I felt like the streak would could have ended, but this is my top 10. It's been a pleasure. Episode 31, episode 32. I believe Swag will be back. I have no idea about day, but I hope you guys enjoyed my list. 4 letters, one word. Oh, yeet. Deuces, meuses.